Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to me. I
Of
love
course.
this series. And a lot of questions, of course, about this. I wanted to know from the standpoint of the character of Andy, does he genuinely believe that men and women can just be friends?
Yeah, I think Andy 100% believes that men and women can genuinely be friends. I think he has a little bit of a disgruntled relationship with Sylvia, particularly. And I don't think that has to do with the fact that she's a woman. It's just about her and her relationship with Will, Seth's character, and kind of the things he witnessed them go through early on. But yeah, Andy 1000% believes that men and women can be friends.
Now, what's really interesting is I love the friendship that is between the characters, kind of a little hatred ship, a little bit. But
Yeah.
what's interesting that he reveals is he wants a family, he wants wife and kids. Does he feel that it could be his environment and even friendships that are holding him back from accomplishing those dreams?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I think he's looking at it like right now they're at a point where they have a successful business that does just fine, in the words of Will's character and myself. And he wants more than that. I think he has aspirations, like he says, for a family and doing all that stuff. I think family shit is the word that I
Mhm.
actually so yeah, he wants that for sure. And he thinks, money is going to help him get that faster. And with this opportunity, to get the beer into Johnny 66, he's looking at it like that could be something that can really push that and get him there faster. But obviously, we need to get Will on board. So
Right. So,
yeah.
also with that, I was wondering, is it just money that he's focusing on? Because we don't know. Is he going home and thinking about, himself and what he's doing to accomplish that dream aside from the money aspect?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'd like to think so. We always show, you always get a glimpse of Andy doing some type of work at the bar. He's very invested in his job and he wants to do well. And I think he's proud to own this brewery with Seth and with Will and Reggie. And yeah, he wants to see all this work that he's put in kind of come to fruition and manifest itself into real success, real, lifelong success that they can hold on to. So yeah.
So he does say, I don't make the rules, I just basically follow them. What exactly are the rules that he follows?
Um, in that scenario, I think the rules he's talking about is he's going to have his friends back. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make sure that, he's letting Sylvia know, don't come up in here with no foolishness or something that's going to mess with his head. He's going through a lot already. We're
Mhm.
trying to, handle this business. That's a funny line. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely just the rules of friendship, I guess.
Okay. What are other, would you say, unspoken rules that he has that has got him this far in life?
Oh man. Uh, Listening to Will. I think
Mhm.
he knows that Will is very smart and Will is very knowledgeable at what he does, even though it could be to a fault at sometimes. Will was the guy that gave him his start working at this brewery. So yeah, I think he knows, and that's why he's so kind of sensitive towards Will and really trying to get him to understand why he wants to, sell the beer at Johnny 66, because he knows that, man, if I get you on board, we really got something here. You know what I'm saying? That they already have a a good product without Will. If they have him on board with it, they're undefeated in Andy's bringing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Does he feel that Will can be distracted, especially now with this new rekindled friendship?
Sure. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think that's what kind of makes him come at Sylvia with that little animosity to start, because he knows
Yeah.
that Will could be distracted and that Will is kind of all over the place and he kind of has to play the big brother a lot of times to Will's little brother, which is annoying to him because Will is 40 years old. He's much older than Andy, and then you would like to think that he has his head on a little straighter than he does. So yeah, distractions are definitely something that he's worried about and wants to make sure he mitigates those as best possible.
Is there any kind of other animosity that he has towards Sylvie? Because, Sylvie and him, they've been separated. Him and Will have been separated for like
Sure.
5 years. And then, as you explain, oh, she's just now coming back. after the divorce all of a sudden. Is there something there that he's able to see that Will may not be able to pick up?
I think it's just more so he was there 5 years ago and their relationship was just all consuming. It was something that, you know, they hung out a lot and they're not necessarily the best influences on one another as well. You know, when they're hanging out, a lot of the times they're drinking and granted that's Will's job to drink, but it's, you know, when he's overdoing it all the time, it's making him lazy, it's making him do things or kicking scooters, and they're having a great time and it's fun, but it is certainly a distraction. And I think that's just what he wants to make sure Sylvia's not coming to do, especially considering that Will is going through this divorce. Then I think there's a part of him as well as a friend who's just kind of like, when he was at, you know, when he was married and all that stuff, you just kind of dropped him because you didn't like his wife, which I didn't necessarily, Andy didn't necessarily like his wife either, but I also wasn't about to drop my boy because of it. So I think the fact that she disappeared and then comes back, you know, now that the wife is out of the picture, is a little messed up, like Andy says in the show. He says something else, but yeah.
When watching Platonic, for me, it seemed like it was about toxic friendships. And so for you, as reading the script, getting into the character, what were the elements or the themes that really spoke to you the most?
I mean, I enjoyed the dynamic between me and the guys at the bar. That was so much fun to me, having the opportunity, you know, to play a character that's kind of just a normal guy. That's something I've never really got to experience yet as an actor. I'm always playing a very heightened version of a tough guy or a tattoo artist or just something, you know, really edgy and not as tame as Andy, who's just a bar owner, you know, trying to make it in life and wants to get married. Really just a normal guy. So that was, I think, the coolest thing to me when I started to read the script. I was so happy to get an opportunity to do that. And then when you mix that with just, I love the dynamic of the friend group in the bar between me, Reggie, Omar, and Will. It's very, very funny, and everybody is so unique and different. And seeing that on paper, it's been amazing to see it all come to fruition now on screen because it read as great as it looks. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to me. I love this series. I love watching you on it. I thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Dana. I love your hat.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.